So what I have here is the MantisX firearm training system, and this small device attaches to your firearm's tack rail, and the little gyroscopes inside track the muzzle movement prior to, during, and after the shot break. And it gives you real-time feedback on what your gun is doing. So it's telling you fundamentally, how are you shooting, okay? What are your fundamentals? And it sends that information to your phone or your tablet via Bluetooth, and it presents it in different graphs and different ways, and numerical scores and things like that that make it really easy to understand what you're doing wrong. Not only does it tell you what you're doing wrong, but it will tell you tips on how to correct what you're doing wrong. So if you're breaking your wrist forward, it will identify that. You click on a little icon and it'll say, hey, you're breaking your wrist forward, try doing this. And it helps you. So it's like having a little, coach right there telling you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right, so you can improve. And you can use it for live fire, dry fire, or CO2 training. So it's a really good device. And back in 2016, when Jacob and Riley did their review, when this device first came out, they did a great job of explaining all the benefits and how it's used and how to pair it to your phone and everything. So they did a great job, and I don't want to rehash what they did, because they covered everything. But what I do want to point out, or what I do want to cover, is the fact that since 2016, MantisX has improved this device and the versatility of it. And I want to focus on a couple of those improvements. Number one thing that they did, which I think is great, is they address feedback from the users that said, hey, I want to be able to use this on a subcompact without a tack rail. So, like my Glock 27 here, I don't have a tack rail, so I wouldn't have any way to, train with the MantisX and get the benefit with my everyday carry. Yeah, I could get a Glock 19 and shoot that, but that's not the gun I carry every day. So, why not be able to train with my gun? Additionally, people said, hey, well, I know this will fit on, let's say, a Glock 19 with the tack rail, and I want to do holster work. I want to train from drawing out of the holster. If I have a light bearing holster, that's great, because this will fit in the light bearing holster. But what if I don't? How can I train with my Glock 19? Yeah, I can attach it to it, but now I can't do any dry fire or live fire from the holster. They came up with one of these little devices. It's a replacement floor plate for your magazine with a Picatinny rail or a tack rail attached to it, okay? So this one's for a single stack Glock. This right here is for my Glock 27, so it's a double stack Glock magazine floor plate with that tack rail attached to it. So what you're gonna do is attach the device to the magazine, and now you're gonna run the drills just as if it was attached to your tack rail on your gun, okay? That allows you to run the drills, get the benefit of the product, and all the feedback of your fundamentals without having to buy a light bearing holster or get a gun that has a tack rail. So it doesn't change the way the device works. It still tracks the muzzle movement just as well as if it were on the rail out here as it is underneath the gun. So there's no difference in how it functions. So MantisX has constantly updated their applications to make sure that they're working and they're user friendly, and adding little things, adding additional guns that show up, or different additional features in the app itself. So that's great. So one of the things they did was to add training drills to the app itself. So there are a few drills on there right now that allow you to track your progress. So you can run from the holster, you can run one-handed. If you're unfamiliar with the drill or how it's set up, you click on a little button, the video comes up just like that, and it tells you exactly how to run the drill. So it's really, really cool. So the device is only good if it provides you useful information. And this provides you feedback right away and in different forms, so you can really understand it. Additionally, outside of the app itself, MantisX allows you to create a user profile. And then now you can send all your training information wirelessly to your account online. You can log in on your computer, and now you can view that on a big screen. You can save it, you can print it out, you can do all kinds of stuff. So if you want to really get into progression of your skills. The only way you can really do that is to get feedback on what you're doing, and numerical scores or some sort of barometer as to what you're doing. And this allows you to do that, and it allows you to save it and track it, which is great. So if you use this in conjunction with live fire and dry fire, you are going to be hitting on all aspects of your training and your fundamentals, and you're going to be progressing. So I would highly recommend checking out MantisX. If you've been on the fence as far as I can't really use this because I carry a subcompact, or I want to do holster work and things, and I don't have a light bearing holster. Well, now you can actually use it and with the gun that you want. So check it out, MantisX. I know you're going to like it.